My name is Leanne Schaffner. I am a lover of all things natural wellness, and I'm also a holistic health and personal development coach.
And I'm Maria Nardella. I'm a busy mom, I'm a private chef, and I'm also a holistic health coach. We are so excited that you're joining us here today. This is our second episode here at the CAM studio in North Andover, and we are filming our Cook Once, Eat Thrice series, and we're really excited to have you here with us. So we're gonna jump right into everything, and our hope is that we challenge you to get into the kitchen to cook some fresh, easy, healthy meals that will take you through your week. So what do you think, Leanne?
What are we cooking today, Maria?
Oh, today I'm really excited. We are gonna make a spice-rubbed grilled sirloin with peppers and onions and brown rice. And what are we gonna make for our vegan and vegetarian friends?
Well, for our vegan and vegetarian friends like me, and maybe even whole food plant-based, we'll adapt a little bit for you. We are going to make cauliflower in exchange for the meat. We're gonna do a little bit of seasoning here, and it's gonna be delicious.
And we're also gonna add the chickpeas in as well to bump up that nutritional value. All right, so we are going to get started. Once we make this meal, we are gonna share our secret with you, and that is our Cook Once, Eat Thrice. We're gonna show you how to take this really easy meal and turn it into 2 extra meals that are easy, fast, delicious, and your family at home will not be saying, this again. So, what do you think, Leanne?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. Yes, let's dive in.
All right, let's get going.
All right.
Let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right, Liam, let's get started making this meal. What do you think?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's get started. First, we're going to make the brown rice. And just like the last time that we did a segment, we talked about soaking the brown rice. So we've already soaked our brown rice.
And can you just do a quick reminder why we soak the brown rice?
You know, we soak the brown rice so it gets rid of what they call phytic acid, and it just becomes a lot more digestible and what they call bioavailable. And that's why it's kind of sticking to the inside of our cup here.
No problem.
And all we're doing is taking equal parts of brown rice and water. You can also use chicken stock or vegetable stock, whatever you prefer. We're just gonna add a little fat. We're adding olive oil today, but you could add coconut oil, you could add avocado oil, really whatever it is you like.
Fave.
And people love ghee, like if you're a ghee and rice is like a little magic trifecta there. So, and then just a little salt, and that's it. That is just gonna cook away while we get the rest of this meal going.
So how long would you expect rice to cook, particularly if it's right out of the box?
I say follow the directions on your package.
Okay.
My brown rice, it's gonna take 25 minutes. It's a really short curing brown rice. Some brown rice can take up to 45 minutes.
Yep.
So we want this to be a quick meal, but the first day is really the longest day of cooking because you're making something that then you're gonna take 15 or 20 minutes the next 2 days to get 2 more meals out of. So cook your rice, whatever your bag says, follow those directions.
Okie doke.
And if you don't like brown rice, like maybe you're not doing that, you can always substitute in cauliflower rice or whatever it is that's going to work for your diet.
Or even if you have less time, maybe quinoa. I believe that's a little bit less time, yes?
Quinoa's 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Like substitutions.
All right, so now we'll get started making our steaks. So Leanne, you're gonna make the cauliflower steaks.
I am.
And I'm gonna move this so that our amazing camera woman can get a great shot of you doing the steaks.
Yes.
So one of the tips I had shared with you is that we don't cut the core out when we're doing the steaks because we want it to stay together. So we could take all the leaves and stuff off after, but we've already washed it and we're ready to go.
Ready to go. But if you wanted to do the heads, the smaller heads, you would recommend taking the core out of the bottom first and then they break apart a little bit easier?
When I'm making steaks, I never take the core out.
But if you were doing just bundles, just take the core out.
Oh yeah, then it cuts easier. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
All good, no problem. I'm ready.
Oh, she's got a knife.
Okay, so it seems like I was going to do like some cut lines, right? So we're gonna do about 1 inch for the steaks?
Yeah, about 1/2 inch to 3/4
Half inch to 3/4,
Yeah.
okay. You don't need to take your measuring tape out. You can just wing it, no problem. So I'll do a few cut marks, and it looks like maybe we'll get, I don't know, 5-ish or so
Yeah, you
steaks
get like
out
5
of
or
this.
6, but then
Bad Larry.
we're gonna grill off even the little what are they called? The little
edges.
florets.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go ahead and do those. So while you're cutting I'm gonna start seasoning
Oh, boy.
our steak.
Falling
And that's
apart.
exactly what it's supposed to be like.
Okay, good.
again.
I got nervous. I was like, oh my God, it doesn't
No.
look like a steak. But I guess the whole big part, the thing to remember is really in the end of, it's not the end of the world. If your steaks fall apart, you can cook them anyway. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. So if it doesn't look exactly like it might be perfect, don't sweat it. Just it's gonna taste just as good. So do
It's
your
all
best.
going the same place.
I'll go to the same place, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna do the steaks. Not gonna do a very good job at them.
No, you are. You're doing perfect.
So I like the serrated edge. It does give a little bit of extra grip, so that's nice. Oh, look what I did!
Look how gorgeous that is.
Ooh.
Look at that.
It looks like I just cut into a brain. Well,
So,
now
see
I
what I
feel like a
mean?
surgeon.
We're just gonna take this little bottom part out, and then you have this gorgeous steak.
Don't cut your fingers.
No, watch your fingers.
Oh boy, crumbling.
No worries. That's what it's supposed to do. This
It's
is
natural.
This is why
Yep.
people love like that cauliflower rice and things like that. So,
It looks like a brain.
and that's perfectly in.
Great.
That is absolutely perfect.
Okay, so then do I cut the stem
Yep,
and
now
the
you're
core?
gonna cut the core,
Okay.
and you're just gonna take that little base off. You're not even gonna get rid of the whole core because it's all edible.
Yep. Don't waste the fiber.
Yeah.
Well, and that's actually a good point. So we wanted to talk a little bit about, do you think we should talk about it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so just recently I was out to dinner with some friends and we were talking about food. And being a health coach, I tend to get asked some additional questions in life. And one of the girls had mentioned that she didn't really eat cauliflower because it was white. And so staying within the concept of eat the rainbow, so where you're eating like peppers and yellows and reds and things like that, she thought that white actually had no value. And I said, oh no, absolutely not. Cauliflower and white vegetables do have value. Cauliflower in particular is very high in fiber, and it's a whole food. So you really want to be eating whole foods. You're getting all the natural phytonutrients and vitamins from the plants, the vegetables. So if you're trying to live by eat the rainbow, absolutely throw the white veggies in there. Everything has value. So, and you need fiber to be able to process things the right way, and you stay cleansed. So,
I like to think of the white as kind of like the clouds around the rainbow,
well, no, isn't
right?
that
We
just
kind of like
fancy?
that. We don't have rainbows without some clouds.
That's true. Well, aren't you just fancy?
Oh, yeah, you
You're
know,
so
I tried.
smart.
I tried. All right,
Okay.
While you're finished cutting that,
Yep.
we're going to season. So everything's going to get seasoned the same exact way.
Yep.
We made a little mix here that is salt, pepper, and garlic. It's pink Himalayan sea salt, a little white pepper, and garlic.
Now, why would you use white pepper in there? Just color?
I love the flavor.
Okay.
White pepper is a little bit spicier.
Okay.
But then we're also going to use the black pepper because we're doing the turmeric.
Yes.
And we had another thing to share just about the turmeric in that, right? It's
Yes.
it's more bioavailable when you have the.
Yes, so it's called food pairing. So turmeric, which contains curcumin, which is actually what helps with the anti-inflammatory properties of that in your body. The black pepper actually helps to increase the levels of the curcumin, and so you're getting like a really nice, boost in health just by mixing two really simple ingredients together.
All right, once you get that ready, Leanne, we are
think I'm
going
good.
to start seasoning it for you.
Okie doke, I'm ready to
And
go.
I love that tip, by the way.
It's so
of
easy.
of having things be a little bit more paired so that you get the boost of the health
Yeah,
benefits.
I actually sometimes even just in my morning smoothies, I do throw turmeric and pepper in, and you don't even notice the flavor, and you're getting a little bit of extra boost in your morning. So simple tip.
All right, so you're going to start seasoning those?
Okay. Doo-doo.
So on my steak, I rubbed the salt and pepper garlic mix, and then I put some turmeric. I put a little no salt seasoning and paprika and some red pepper flakes. I love it a little bit spicy. If you don't like it spicy, just omit that part.
More spicy the better.
Yeah, and we're gonna season both sides of everything.
Okay.
And Leanne, you're gonna just do the same thing. You just rub it all in.
Trying.
And this way, everything has the same flavorings and seasonings. So, you know, as Leanne and I said, we both really kind of love the whole science of food and the energetics of life. And when people are eating the same foods, it really makes a difference energetically. Like if you've ever gone to dinner and you and your friends at dinner are eating the same things, it's just, I don't know, you're just more connected in a different way. So if you're a family, it doesn't matter if you're someone's plant-based or, you know, a carnivore or whatever, however you float your boat. If in this meals, everyone kind of is eating the same things. And doesn't that turmeric just makes everything
That looks amazing.
look so great and vibrant. And it also gets all over your hands. So I'm just going to wash my hands quickly.
You don't want to lick your hands. You could lick your hands, but I don't know. It might be a little zesty.
I don't know. I just touched the raw meat. And that might be frowned on. That might be frowned on.
Okay, Maria, remind me. I did the blend doing pepper.
Yeah, you're going to use everything that's here. So
Okay.
turmeric, salt, some red pepper flakes if you want.
Because I'm a zesty girl. I like the
I'm
zest.
going to get our pans heated up here.
This is so simple. So you can come home from work, wash your hands, like you can be mindless and just be like, oh my God, my day's been so stressful. And just sit here and play with seasonings. Honestly, this is just kind of a little bit therapeutic.
And you rub and you pat.
You can take out the frustrations of your day on your cauliflower. Or, you know, you could tenderize your meat a little bit extra if you want to.
Absolutely. All right, so once the pan starts to get a little hot, we'll get that going on the grill.
Okay, cool.
So while we're waiting for that to heat up, Leanne, I'm just going to grab our next steps, and we'll step into, once our pans are heated up, we'll step into doing the grilling.
Yes.
But we'll kind of keep everything moving here.
Yep.
So we're going to do peppers and onions, and we have two different kinds of onions we're using today, a sweet onion and just a traditional yellow onion. They kind of just have different flavor profiles.
Yep.
And I love when you blend them together because it just makes it more interesting. You eat what you like. If you like white onions, if you like leeks, whatever is going to make you happy is what you should be doing.
Yeah, you don't have to like stick to the recipes exactly, right? That's the fun of recipes. You can create your own when you're going along.
If you don't like peppers, but you love the concept of this meal, you could do zucchini, you could do eggplant, you could kind of do a melange of vegetables. So the peppers and onions, I always say, recipes are kind of like guidelines, you know? Do what works for you and for your taste and for your family. It doesn't have to be exactly how we're telling you to do it, you know? It's flexible, especially right now with things being like they are in the market, because sometimes you want to get something and you can't. So originally I think we had talked about doing a flank steak for this recipe because flank steaks are so good and they really lend themselves to the second meal, which we're making fajitas.
Did you say that the flank steak was very expensive right now?
It's very expensive, but it also wasn't available. I went to 3 markets and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Okay.
So we ended up going with a sirloin, which is also great. It's super meaty. It's going to take the sear really well. And you're not going to even remember that I told you that, you know, we were going to use flank steak. But you could use flank steak. You could use a London broil. That's way more budget friendly, right? And even I noticed the price of cauliflower. Last year, cauliflower was $2.50 a head. And this year, it was $4.99. So it's gone up 50%. You know,
but
crazy.
We're going to show people how to save money here, right? Because we're going to give them 3 meals that they're going to be making out of
we're going to give them
expenditures
3
they're
meals,
putting in for their foods.
And we've used ingredients that aren't super expensive.
All right, I'm coming for the onions. Hold on, here I come.
All right, well, we're going to I think our grill pans are ready, so we can get grilling here.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, just finish slicing my onion.
I will. Do you want me to take the cauliflower over to my pan?
Yeah, take the cauliflower
Okay.
over to your pan. Did you drizzle it with a little olive oil?
I did.
Okay,
Do you
awesome.
think I need more?
No, we'll get it going on the grill
Okay.
pan. We can always add a little bit
Do
more.
I just throw it on?
Yep, you just throw it on.
Easy. Ooh, I'm gonna make a mess. Ta-da. Okay.
Yep, that's it. And then it goes about 4 minutes per side.
Okay.
And that's what the steak does as well. The steak cooks for about 4 minutes per side. And we want to cook, I like to cook the meat to kind of medium rare so that the next couple meals, you really have it it's not overly done. You can always cook it more, so whatever works for you. And Leanne, so on the cauliflower, we're gonna cover it with that lid.
It's so heavy.
I know, it's that cast iron. But this will help your steaks, your cauliflower steaks, to sear.
Okay.
And it will also seal in a little heat, helping them to soften in the middle. Because
Awesome.
it's not like a steak where we don't want the heat to go into the middle right away. If you don't have a big lid that fits your grill pan at home, just cover it with some aluminum foil. We're just trying to make it steam a little bit.
Yes.
All right. So while that's cooking,
Yep.
we'll get chopping.
Okay, doke. I made a little bit of a mess, Maria, so
I think we have another
I'm
cutting board
going
we can
to
just swap out for
clean
you.
up after myself.
Here, we have another cutting board.
Oh,
we'll
look,
just
it's
swap
so
out.
convenient. She's the best. Keep extras. All right,
Here, I'll get rid of that for you.
push that
Let
down.
me get rid of that for you.
Okie dokie. Alrighty.
So, Leanne, the other thing that we're going to do is the chickpeas.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to put these over by the grill because we're going to add these onto the grill, and they're going to just get a nice smokiness to them. And we drained off the liquid called aquafaba. And that's really just fancy word for bean water. But we save our bean water, and I like to make desserts with it. So it'll whip up really
You make
nice
what?
Desserts. So
You
you
wanna
whip
whip
it up,
this?
it whips up just like whipped cream. So
Weird.
especially for whole food, plant-based vegans, it's a really great alternative. So do not throw your chickpea water away. Even if you're not
Aquafaba.
ready to use it, label it and put it in the freezer, and you'll come back to it, I promise.
And I believe we're going to have a recipe for that
Yes,
whipped
we
cream
are. We're
on
gonna
the
do some-
website.
yeah, and it'll be a nice spring recipe. So please check into healthycoacheskitchen.com, and we'll have some great recipes up there for you for using the aquafaba.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to switch knives? Want me to take that knife?
I'm
Does that-
good. I'll
All
just
right.
rinse it real quick. All right, so
Oh, those smell so good, Leanne. I can smell the steak just cooking away.
okay, smells yummy
Yeah.
for all the things. All right, so 3 peppers we decided.
You know, we're each going to just do, I think probably just 2 or 3. I started to grab them
Okay.
for both of us. I just didn't have enough hands for that
Thank
last
you.
one. You're welcome.
Now I think we cut peppers a different way, don't we?
Yeah, but you know what? There's no right or wrong way. Whatever works for you, I say, you know.
So I actually
all-
cut mine in half, and then I pull the stem out of the inside.
Yeah.
And on our last episode, Maria, I'm going to just jump in and just say that we were really diligent. One of Maria's awesome tips is don't throw your I don't know, your junk of your vegetables away.
Yeah, your
because
scraps.
You make a stock pot out of it,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, and you know, we can actually grab a bowl and put all of that in, Leanne.
No problem. Don't worry about it.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks. She's the best.
I know, I have the little shelf down here. I just keep pushing stuff off too. All right, so you're just gonna cut your peppers and onions up. You can rough chop, whatever you like. I like the slices because I love how they look. And then we have a pan going. We're gonna put just a little oil in the bottom. I love this sort of container because you can drizzle just a little bit of olive oil out at a time, or you can take that out and pour what you need in. So I really love to decant my olive oil, so I put it in a container that works for me. And you can get those anywhere.
And you buy extra
Love
virgin?
you, Amazon. What's that?
You buy extra virgin olive oil?
Oh yeah, you can. I love extra virgin olive oil. But again, if you're, you know, maybe you want to use coconut oil, maybe you want to use avocado oil.
I do like avocado.
It's really flexible.
Okay.
And I'll do the
Almost
second
done.
onion. I'll do one more pepper, but I want to get the other onion going.
How's everything going on the grill?
It's good. I can hear it and smell it. And you can hear it. It's like sizzling.
Sizzling.
Yeah. Hopefully we're making our camera woman extremely hungry today.
She's nodding yes. All right, I haven't cut a finger off yet. Yay!
Yay!
Awesome job.
No fingers gone.
No lobbing off a digit today. Alrighty. And so you're cutting the onion and the peppers are mainly done. I'll cut them a little smaller. I'm a slower cutter than you.
That's okay.
No, there's no pressure here. So once these are done and ready to go,
Yeah, so we're
they're
going to
going
just
all
cook the
together.
onions until they start to get a little wilty.
Yep.
Then we'll add the peppers.
Okay.
And once those get just a little wilty, then we'll add the garlic and seasonings.
Awesome.
And really, it'll all come together so fast. So our rice is cooking, our steak's cooking. I think our steak is ready to flip here.
So roughly how much time have we spent so far here?
I don't know, probably about
15-ish?
7 or 8 minutes so
Oh.
far, 10 minutes.
That little?
And
Okay.
this is our steak right now. So you get some really great grill marks on it. And then let's see how our cauliflower is doing. Oh, that smells so
Looking
good.
tasty. Is it sticking?
No.
Oh, it's gonna be all crunchy on
So
the bottom.
look at that, it's gorgeous.
That's nice.
So each of them are gonna go for another 4 or 5 minutes. Oh.
Like honestly, this is so simple. I can come home after work, or if I had kids running around me all day, my girl, we have a friend that has 6 children, and they feed their children fresh foods every day. This is something that would go very well in their
Yeah.
household. This could go far. Be
And
simple.
it's super healthy, right?
healthy.
There's not a lot of junk in there. You didn't have to. This burner is, and everyone's burners are different. So just watch your burners. Remember from the last time, this one runs really hot. So I'm just gonna turn that down a little. All right, so this is going on here. We got everything going. This burner just gets really hot. I am gonna move that because, okay. So our onions are going, Leah. We're gonna add our peppers.
Okie dokie.
Go ahead and add the peppers, and I'm gonna chop
Why
a
don't you-
little bit of garlic.
Move down. I'll go in. Hope they don't end up on the floor.
So I love garlic, and one of the things we were talking about especially is we're coming into spring, and onion and garlic is so healthy for you, and it's just kind of like a natural spring cleanser for our bodies. After eating kind of really rich foods over the winter, right, our bodies crave like soups and stews and really hearty foods, and now as the springtime comes around, everything, we just want a little bit lighter foods. So the onion and garlic in this recipe just really fits the bill.
And I like that you actually brought up eating foods in the season, because that tends to lean a little bit more towards what's called Ayurvedic eating. So the concept is to eat foods within the season and within your region to get the most out of them for your body. So
And foods in season are also more price effective because they're grown a little bit closer to you.
Yep.
And okay.
And if you can grow your own, even better.
All
Good
right,
time
Liam.
to do garlic.
The
in the garden.
same ingredients that we seasoned everything with, we're going to put a little of that into our
Okie doke.
pepper. So if you can season that.
Want me to switch places?
I'm going to chop the garlic, so if you don't mind, we can bring it right around to you.
Just had the steak. I'm going to use this guy. Ooh la la.
So a little tip is, I just put some salt on my garlic before I chopped it, and it helps to keep it from running away from you. You know how sometimes you chop garlic and you feel like it just like hops down the cutting board?
It's just really hard to deal with.
Just a little salt on it will help to do that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right. So you're going to season
I need
it
the
up.
rest. Yep. I'm the clown in the kitchen. I just throw things in. I don't measure. I just go, little ode to Julia Child.
I love Julia.
She's great. Have you watched that series on, I think it's on Netflix yet? HBO maybe?
What is it?
I can't remember the name of it, but it's all about Julia Child and how she got started.
Oh,
She
I
was a
love her
phenomenal
story.
woman.
Love her story.
Okay, this is all smelling so exotic and really
Yeah,
yummy.
did you get all the ingredients in there yet?
I threw a bunch in. I can throw more
All right.
in.
I think we're good.
Okay. Oh,
Got a
I
little
did miss the
in
paprika.
there. All right, so I'm going to add our chickpeas to this, Leah, because it's been cooking away. And then we're going to go ahead and give it an update on seasoning, just because we want the chickpeas to have a little bit of flavor as well. And some of it will rub off from the cauliflower, but we don't want to rob the cauliflower all their flavor.
That looks to me like, yum, delish. It's kind of like some exotic kitchen we got going on here.
I know, the flavors smell so good.
Very good. So I just want to bring up a point that just kind of popped into my head. So there are two of us here, which may seem like an advantage at this time, which probably maybe it is. However, I do feel, do you agree, and you decide at home, if this is something you can do by yourself. I believe so. If you were cooking dinner alone, you would easily set these things up and you could do this little stirring of the peppers at the same time.
We're making two separate meals. So we're doing the vegetarian and vegan version as well as the other. So if you were at home, you would just be adding that one other step. So it wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah.
That can just stay and just cook for a little bit.
But I'm having fun.
I know.
Okay. I'll put it down.
Everything, this is your meal. Everything has come together, and through the amazing power of the magic oven, we have everything how it will look when it's all done. So this is our chickpea and cauliflower. And then this is our steak, and our steak has been resting for a good 10 minutes so that it will be really nice and we can just take the juices out of it. This is our peppers and onions. And then we have our rice.
Do we get to eat?
We do, so yeah. Do you want to grab the plates, Leanne?
I would love to grab the plates,
And we'll show everybody how this dish comes together. Actually, you know what we forgot? We have to make one more thing.
What's that?
We have to make our sauce.
Oh my goodness! Nah.
A little bit more chopping quick. And we're going to show you a really easy and quick sauce that comes together in minutes, and it's going to take this dish to a whole different level. All right. So do you want me to chop? Do you want to grab it?
You can chop, I'll grab.
Okay. So we are going to make something called a chimichurri sauce. And that is just a really nice blend of fresh herbs, some vinegar, some garlic, some shallot, and some hot pepper. Now, the recipe that we'll post calls for a Fresno pepper, but again, we were talking so much about are things available, what's happening, and we could not find a Fresno pepper in the 5 stores that we visited in the area. So we opted to go with just a nice jalapeno for you. Could you grab us, Leanne, we need some cilantro.
Yep.
And we need parsley.
Yes.
And you already handed me the oregano.
Yes.
So we have all of this yumminess, and we're just going to chop it all together.
I have a problem.
And if you notice, I like to just cut the ends off my, talk about getting frustration out in the kitchen. I cut the ends off and then I just give it a good whack.
Maria, I'll be right back. I'm just going to go to the other side of the kitchen and get the spices.
I know, this is such a great kitchen here at the CAM studio. We love it. And it's just a nice, huge, big island that is in the center of this gorgeous new facility down here on Main Street in North Andover. And we give a huge shout out to them because what a great asset to the town of North Andover to have this awesome facility. I mean, I think not all the CAM studios in around Massachusetts have this gorgeous and amazing setup. We need a little more cilantro and parsley.
Okie doke. I'll make a road trip and get some more for you.
And we were talking too, Leanne, about the cilantro. Some people are allergic to cilantro and they really don't like it at all. It tastes really soapy to them. So if that's you, then I would suggest doing a mix of parsley and a little mint to help give you a different flavor profile for this. So don't worry, if you're not a cilantro fan, you're in good company. My husband and, did you say Ray?
Ray.
Your partner doesn't like cilantro?
He doesn't like many things green.
So, he would not like the sauce then. Leanne, would you in our bowl measure us, and you could just eyeball it, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and the red wine vinegar.
We have red wine, Maria?
No, just red wine vinegar, Leanne. No red wine right now.
Okay. All right, red wine vinegar and some olive oil. No problem.
So we made a version of this last night, but we wanted to show people that you could kind of do 2 different ways. Last night we did it in the blender, where we just put everything into our little, what are they called? Like the little, like almost like a BlendJet kind of a thing.
Oh, the NutriBullet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Maria, I have to go to the store and get the red wine vinegar. I'll be right back.
Okay. Honey, are you going to get some milk and bread?
No, thank you.
All right, we're going to turn all these off because everything is ready. Oh, you're back so soon.
So quick.
You came back.
I'm super efficient.
Oh, I love that you came back, darling.
Yep, we're a show together. Okay, sorry, remind me how much red wine vinegar, please?
Equal the same amount that you
Okay.
put in the olive oil. So about this recipe we're having, so this is like a 1/4 cup. Okay, and then you're going to add the salt and pepper while I chop the shallot.
No problem. Pepper. Do you want the pink Himalayan salt or the white sea salt? This is
That's
a blend,
the,
right?
Kosher salt today.
Kosher salt,
yeah.
sorry. Just so we're just adding just the plain white
Yeah, just a little plain white.
in the bowl.
And you can add some of that great cracked pepper too.
I threw some in there. Perfect. Grab myself a spoon. All right. Okay, so this looks beautiful. It's a bright colored green. And we do see some of the garlic that Maria put in here. I'm a garlic girl. I will eat all the garlic you want to give me. You can decide, you know, if this recipe doesn't work for you, make your own version of it. But this is a classic recipe, I think. Do you agree,
Yes,
Maria?
a classic.
Yeah. And you'll be able to find the recipes on our website. So it'll be thehealthycoacheskitchen.com. So once you
We're going to add the shallot.
find it in there, you can print it out. And she's got all sorts of good things going in here. So once again, look at all this beautiful color. So Maria's a master of adding color into her meals, which is, I think, really important when you're trying to feed other people as well. It looks appealing. Gray food isn't the best, so Maria's a really great chef at making beautiful foods. So
we also wanted to show that this we did in the blender. So if you don't want to chop, 5 minutes of chopping, if you're not into that, throw everything into your blender and your chimichurri is going to look like this. The classic way is a little bit more rustic and it will look a little bit more chunky. Both the same result. They taste the same. They're both amazingly delicious.
Yeah.
But it's really up to you, whichever way you want to do it. We wanted to show you a faster version and the classic version. Because again, it's all about you getting these healthy meals on the table for you and your tribe, and as soon as you can, you know. So, all right, should we get to plating?
yes, please.
Oh, Leanne, that looks so
I'll go back to the
good.
plates. Okay.
All right.
All right. So what's the
that's
order
it.
of things?
Well, what do you think if you were? I'm just going to move this out of the way for you. If you were at home, how would you plate it?
I'm pretty basic. So I would just put things like rice on one side. I'd have chickpeas and cauliflower on the other. I might put my veggies on top of my rice.
Why don't you do the vegan plate and I'll do the meat
The steak.
plate.
Are you
Does that
going to
sound
show how to cut on the bias?
good? I am.
Awesome.
Yes.
Because I know that was something that I was kind of curious about, how you cut on the
Yeah,
bias.
so I like to cut the meat on the bias. It just shows a little bit more of the meat. I thought we had more knives. Well,
We'll find
gone
some.
through knives.
All good.
All right.
All right. So I'm going to get a spoon here. Excuse
So-
my reach.
I love on the bias just means that you're going to go at an angle so that you can get like a bigger surface for your food, for the like face. I call it like the face of the steak. And I know for a vegan, I hate to use
That
words
doesn't
like
really feel good.
But sort of like, you know, it would be the same thing, Leanne, as if you, like with the cauliflower steak, you just want like more surface area because then we're going to take that and put it onto our plate.
Perfect.
So, right? Yeah. So we'll just do a little bit of our rice on the plate.
Now, do you do something fancy with your plating here?
I don't. I mean, you can. Sometimes, like last time we did it in a cup, but you don't have to. It's really whatever is going to work for you.
Just throw it on the plate, get it served.
Yeah.
Okay. Maria has the fancy serving dishes. I have a fork.
Do you want more?
No, the utensils, no.
No, one of them more?
Oh, yes, please. All of the veggies. Looks delicious.
Yeah, and I'm a big, I like my veggies to be like 50% of the plate. So
Okay.
I do try and add a lot of veggies into the plate. All right.
Okay. I might need a little help reaching the cauliflower and chickpeas when you're done.
Oh, here.
So yours is so fancy already.
I'm going to put this right here so you can grab it.
Perfect.
And then we will finish it with our chimichurri sauce. So I'm going to just move some of this.
Maria, I'm just going to use my fork because I'm the only one eating out of this dish. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So I know typically we don't share, use shared utensils once you've already put it in your mouth because I've been sneaking food here and there.
So here is our finished version with the chimichurri sauce.
Me, please.
Here, do you want to chimmy yours?
You can do it.
All right.
Just a little bit. I mean, a lot.
I know,
Oh my gosh,
it's
beautiful.
so good.
And then I'll use some of the chopped as well.
Can I get that for you, darling?
Oh, sure.
All right.
I feel like I'm limited in space right now.
Oh. You know what? This one, oh God, Leanne.
Oh, look
that
at it.
is-
Oh, that's the dish
That
right
really,
there.
I think I can't resist. I just can't resist. Okay, so that is your first day's meal. What do you think?
I think I'm diving in.
We're gonna get started here. So, man down.
All good.
All right, bon appetit.
Bon appetit. It's so good.
Oh my God, this is really good.
It's so tasty. There's a lot going on here.
It are a lot of flavors, big flavors, big flavors.
Delicious. Excellent job, Maria. I
Thanks,
love this
Leanne.
first recipe.
All right, well, we're gonna regroup here, and then
Yep.
we're gonna show you our second dish.
And we're going to use all these ingredients again.
Everything.
Awesome. Okay.
All right.
I'll see you in a little while.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you. See you soon. So what are we going to be making on day 2, Maria? I've had a really hard day, and it's been long and exhausting. So is this going to be a lot for me right now?
It is not, Leanne.
Okay, good.
So we are taking that meal that we made earlier today. You would have made it yesterday.
Yes.
Or even 2 days ago. It doesn't have to be that you're eating these consecutive days in a row.
Yep.
Today, we are going to take the extra food. So as we talked about, you made more than you needed for that first meal. You made enough for 3 meals. So now we're going to take those same ingredients and we're just going to repurpose them into amazing fajitas with rice and black beans and the chimichurri sauce. The only thing that you need to add to this day is your cheese. So for our vegan friends, we have a dairy-free cheese blend, Mexican cheese blend.
Yep.
And if you're gluten-free, we have some amazing siete almond flour tortillas. So a lot of times, right, we find that people are vegetarian or vegan, and they sort of maybe even go an extra step because of dietary reasons. They're gluten-free or gluten insensitive or have dairy insensitivities. So we want to make sure that we show people, as a family, they don't need to eat something different. They really don't. Energetically, we're going to all eat the same things in our household. So you're going to go ahead and you'll make the vegan fajita with the cauliflower and chickpeas that we made yesterday. And then we'll add in the amazing peppers and onions. And then I'll take the steak, the peppers and onions, and I'll make my burrito that way. And I'll just use a Mexican cheese blend as well. And then we're gonna make rice and black beans.
Perfect.
And as we always talk about, we really love to add in veggies, right? So we're always trying to increase our vegetable profile.
Sizzle!
So for the rice and black beans, and we talked about, I wrote this word and you were like, what is that? And it's toothy. So I like to take the rice when we do the rice and black beans. And one of the things I love about going to a Mexican restaurant, their rice is kind of a little bit drier and has a little bit of almost like crunch to it. I call it like a little bit of toothiness to it. So
It's like
just
toothy.
put a little olive oil in the bottom of your pan and add your rice and just kind of toss it around. It does not have to be
can't do
really
that.
any fancier than that. Get a spoon. Listen,
Get a
if you don't
spoon.
toss, get a spoon.
Spoon.
You know, we'll add just a little seasoning, a little salt, a little pepper. We're gonna keep with the same flavor profiles as yesterday.
Perfect.
Salt, pepper, no salt seasoning, a little turmeric because it's gonna give it that amazing bright color and oomph.
A punch.
It's gonna up that antioxidant profile. And it's anti-inflammatory. I think there's like a bunch of things we didn't say about turmeric earlier.
Actually, yeah, I did a little bit of research and I heard someone famous mention just recently in a podcast this past week that turmeric is, it's very popular in India, and do your own research always. I had read recently in a medical journal that India actually has one of the lowest cancer rates in the world.
No.
So there's no proof that it's because of their intake of and their love of turmeric, but do your
Can't
research
hurt,
on
right?
that.
It
Yeah,
certainly
it can't
can't
hurt.
hurt.
So
All right.
check that out.
So once your rice just gets heated, you're gonna strain 1 can of black beans. Just drain off the liquid.
Or any kind of bean that you
or
want.
Or any kind of bean. If you don't like black bean, use kidney beans, use chickpeas, use white beans, whatever you like, and you're just gonna mix it all together.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
It just came, excuse me, it came to mind. If you don't like beans, could you use peas or something in exchange?
Yeah, you can use vegetables. You could really do whatever you'd like here. Almost like you could almost do like a fried rice.
Yeah.
But this, when you add the turmeric to it,
Yeah.
it tends to take on the look of arroz,
Yeah.
the Mexican style rice.
Yeah.
So that's
It's beautiful.
yeah, right? And then, just because we like to bump up the nutritional profile,
Always.
we're just gonna add some spinach. This is 1,000% optional. If your family does not like spinach, don't do it. You could add just some chopped parsley. Do really whatever you want to.
Or nothing at all.
Or nothing at all. You can just leave it. But we always like to try and add in as many veggies as we can.
Yes.
And I don't know, there's a restaurant that's local to our area, Grassfields. Have you ever been there?
Yes.
I had never been there. I'm not from Massachusetts, but when I went, everyone said, "Oh, you have to order the Spanish rice. You
Oh, their
have to
rice
order-"
is amazing.
Oh my gosh,
It's so good.
and no, it's spinach rice. It's not even. I'm saying spinach, but it's spinach rice.
Spinach rice.
My son gobbled that
It's
rice up like
delicious.
you read about.
We don't work for them. They're not paying us,
No.
but it's extremely delicious.
Yes. But that's what inspired me to sort of add the spinach, because that rice is so yummy.
Yeah.
And yeah, the spinach just kind of brings it to a whole different level.
So that looks nice. And now
Yeah.
with the spinach, we're adding in a bunch of extra iron and
Folic acid, all kinds of good things.
good for your digestion.
Right? Yep. So that's done.
Okay, that was easy.
Now,
I don't feel
we-
stressed out yet, by the
Yeah.
way.
So we had warmed everything before we got started. But if your stuff wasn't warm, you took it out of the refrigerator, you'll just take whatever you're using, put it all in one pan, put it in the grill pan, toss it around, or in a saute pan, toss it around, get it nice and warm, and then you're just gonna assemble. So
Yes.
if you grab 2 plates over there.
Oh, sorry, I got all excited for the tortillas. Tortillas, please.
Well, this is really no fuss, no muss, because you could just set everything out and let your people make their own
Yes.
fajitas. You don't need to
Great for
plate
kids.
up for them. It's great for kids, and it's kind of just really fun. So I had warmed my tortillas, and I just put them in a tortilla warmer while we were hanging out here, just to keep them warm.
She's fancy. She has a little tortilla warmer.
And so that's it. We're just going to assemble our fajitas. So
Okay.
you're going to go ahead, Leanne, and assemble yours.
Okay.
You're going to do yours with the almond flour
Yes.
tortillas. And it's really, right, we've all been to the Mexican restaurants, and it's so simple. You just take your meats, take your veggies,
slide these bad Larrys over here. So you could do this warm or cold, I would imagine.
I would want it warm, I think.
Yep, okay.
I'm just thinking, I kind of like a little bit warm.
So also,
Fajita.
I don't know, can I put the whole steak in there or should I break it down a little bit?
I think whatever
I think I'm
your
gonna break it
personal
down.
preference is.
Because I don't want it all over the front of me.
Yeah.
So let's do it the easy way.
Oh, Leanne, and I forgot. The other thing that you're going to add to today
Yes.
is just a store-bought
Oh, the salsa.
And it's optional. Some people like salsa with their meals and other people don't. I'm a big salsa girl, so.
You know what I've been eating lately? Pico de gallo.
Oh.
It's just like, how'd you describe it? Chopped tomatoes, jalapenos, onions. It's just a little bit chunky.
Yeah.
It's not as saucy. We've been using that a lot at home, so that would probably be a little tasty on here too.
All right, and then I'm going to add a little bit of our chimichurri sauce that we had from yesterday
Okay.
too as well. So you'll have a little leftover. And if at the end of the week you have leftover chimichurri, this freezes really well. You could put it in ice cube trays, or you could just put it in a little container, pop a lid on it, label it, date it, throw it in the freezer, and you'll have it for the next time around. So here we go, Leanne. We've got our fajita made over here. How are
Okay.
you doing? Do you
I
want
don't
a little
know.
chimichurri?
I think I need cheese next. Ready?
Oh
Is
my
it
gosh,
cheese?
that looks
It's so bright and colorful.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
Don't lose my chickpea, Maria. I'm going to use both of these because I love them.
All
So
right.
we have the one that was a little bit more liquid, right?
Ah.
It looks so exotic.
So that's it. I rolled mine up.
How did you roll it up so well? Mine's going to be a mess. I'm just going
It
to tell
doesn't
you right
matter. It's all going the same
All
place.
good.
So I don't know, Leanne, about you. That was about 5 minutes.
Oh, we're done?
We're done.
You're
We're
done?
ready to eat. I don't know about you.
now. Well, this is spectacular.
I'll just sit back and enjoy watching you put yours together.
Oh my God, mine's just a big, look, it's going to go all over me.
Oh
Oh my
should
gosh.
Try the rice.
Well,
Telling
you might have to plate some for me. Maria, I have too much. I'm going to eat it like this.
Yeah.
Excuse my reach. You just don't want to wear your food.
Yours could just be open faced, Leanne.
Just get your
and
utensils.
eat it with your fork and knife. That looks really amazing.
Cut it up a little bit.
Okay. Do you want a little rice?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm coming over.
Okay, I'm going to roll it now. Ooh, that looks so good.
Yeah, look at that. Green, black,
Very pretty. Okay,
yellow. Oh, I'm going in for my.
all right. I'm going to try. Ready? I sliced it up, so it's definitely going to fall over everywhere now. But that's okay. So I guess the key is less is more. Oh my goodness, Maria, I'm making a mess. All right. Here I am, right? Good thing I put my hair up.
Oh, that bite. That is so good. So that's it. That's your dinner for the second night. And it doesn't feel like leftovers. You're not going to have somebody being like this again, because it doesn't look like yesterday's meal. It doesn't taste like yesterday's meal.
Yeah, this is all new.
And it's fun. It's a totally different cuisine. And there you have it. And then we're going to take all of the ingredients and reset for our third meal. So what do you think?
I'm so slim.
All right,
It's so good.
let's do it. Hi, Leanne.
Hi, Maria.
What you been up to?
Life. What have you been up to?
Oh, same. Busy, right? Busy day, basketball games, all kinds of stuff going on. Yes. So here we are. We need to get dinner on the table.
Day 3.
Day 3, right? Or day 4, whatever, however you want to do it. Say you cook big on Sunday, and Monday you do something else. You do meatless Monday. Then Tuesday you do our meal yesterday, the fajitas. With
So
the
good,
delicious
so
rice.
good.
And then, I don't know, maybe Wednesday you're out running around, you've got late meetings and you're out, and let's say it's Thursday and we're going to be, let's make a nice dinner. And
Well, maybe it's even Saturday and you're just hanging out at home, just relaxing,
yeah.
and you just want to have something really good to eat, and you got all these leftovers.
something good and something quick and something easy.
Yes.
So
What are we making?
we are making pizza. Who doesn't love a good pizza?
Love me some pizza.
Yes. And it incorporates everything that we have, and we've only had to bring in a few additional ingredients.
Awesome. What are we bringing?
So we brought in just some sauce. Just get a jarred sauce, whatever your favorite is. If you have sauce in your freezer, take it out, whatever is gonna work for you. And then our pizza dough. So I bought pizza dough from the grocery store, and we're
La
gonna,
Groceria.
yep, we're just gonna go ahead and use this store-bought dough. If you want to make your own dough, have at it. And then Leanne, while I'm opening this, why don't you talk about some other options that you could even do for dough?
I would love to, thank you. So vegan, vegetarian here, we've talked about that a little bit. I also try to just be generally healthy. So I don't have celiac or anything that would cause me to not be able to eat gluten, but I have tested and I do have a gluten insensitivity.
Say that 3 times fast.
I know. It's So I do try to avoid gluten when possible, and Maria's dough might not be exactly for me, but I do like the cauliflower pizza dough.
Mm-hmm.
Maria actually brought this one for us today, and it is a brand called Plant-Based Cauliflower. It's Pizza OG or Ogi or something along those lines. And she's purchased it at a local grocery, and it is 2 in the box, so that's great. A couple of the other options that we have, what did you buy over there?
Yeah, so even just the, just like small single serving pizzas, if it's just you,
Yeah.
or, and you don't need a whole pizza, you can certainly just go with like a smaller dough.
Yep.
Or if like in your family, everyone has a different way of eating. You have meat eaters and vegetarians and vegans. So then you can just go ahead and everyone can just make their own pizza, right?
Yep.
It doesn't have to be, and you really don't even have to bring anything new in. You could actually just use your leftover tortillas from yesterday and just do thin, crispy crust tortilla pizzas.
Or even like the pita breads. So if you make sandwiches at home, you have all sorts of variety of breads. If you have a sourdough bread that you use, might not be gluten-free, but you know what you're gonna want to have in your home. So, again, this is about having flexibility and making it simple for yourself, as well as healthy. So you could use your sourdough just like a slice, or like I mentioned, that pita bread. So just, leave your mind open to the options.
Whatever you want that base to be.
Yep.
So, all right. I've been flattening our pizza crust that we brought in. And we're just going to use the same cheese we used yesterday because it pairs really well with the food that we have. And then we just have some greens, some simple mixed just greens. You can get like a blend. A 5-ounce container is really all you'd need for tonight's meal for a family of 4. That would be perfect. And I would say use a store-bought or bottled dressing. If you don't have one at hand, we're going to show you while our pizza's cooking a really quick red wine vinaigrette, which I think just pairs really well with pizza.
I agree. And it's one of my favorites. It's low in calories. And it's good ingredients.
And again, that acid is so good, fires up our metabolism. So I'm going to get our pizza stones out, Leanne, so watch out.
Okay, Hot Maria's coming our way.
So I recommend preheating your pizza stone to 450 degrees.
And where can you buy a pizza stone?
You can really buy a pizza stone at almost any store. I think I've even seen them at Stop and Shop in that odd section. Do you want this closer to you?
Yes, please, if you don't mind.
Right, there we go.
Thank you.
Okay. And if you do not, I'm just gonna wait till I'm not making noise. If you don't have a pizza stone, there is no need to worry. You don't actually need a pizza stone. Just use a sheet pan. I think Cam has one here in the studio, but just use a sheet pan and you'll be perfect. So don't worry about no stone. The one thing I do love to do, Leanne, is put just a little cornmeal down underneath my crust. It just helps to raise up your pizza dough ever so slightly so air kind of circulates underneath of it and it gets extra crispy. Don't go out and buy anything, whatever you have in your house. If you have some, this is polenta, use any kind of cornmeal that you have. If you want, you can go kind of crazy. You could throw some poppy seeds down. The goal is to just kind of keep it from sticking and to raise it up just enough.
And it gives that pizzeria feeling too. You get a really good pizza at a really good Italian place.
You want to see one? This is my pizzeria feel. Ready?
Well, now, Maria.
I'm full of all. You throw yours around.
I can do that too.
All right. So my dough is a little overhanging, and in our house, I'll tell you, we love like a chewy crust. So I like to roll the dough just a little bit larger, and then I just fold it around. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but then you get like a nice piece of crust, crusty bread at the end.
And there's nothing wrong with a little overhang. Might have a little overhang myself these days. That's okay.
Exactly.
Perfect. That's more to love. It's more to love.
Exactly. Like we said before, when we were prepping, if God wanted us to all be the same size, He would have made us that way.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got our doughs, and we're going to just get topping. We took the steak from yesterday, and we have the peppers. You have your cauliflower and your chickpeas.
Still have so much left too.
I know. Well, we haven't been making the full meals for 4, so you have a lot left, but if we were feeding 4 every day, you have just enough.
Now.
Exactly.
If it was just me and
if it
my
was
other
just
half,
you,
just end up in the freezer.
All right, so
Maria, I see your dough is already getting a little light and airy.
Yeah, see it? It's kind of a little puffy.
It looks like it's taking on a life of its own. That's pretty awesome.
So when you preheat the pan, it does just make the cooking go a little faster.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna do my sauce. I feel like I could just go a little faster because I might be the slow one around here.
All right, so we've got our sauce down, and then, I think it just depends on what part of the country you're from, whether you put the cheese on top
that's a debate, huh?
the toppings or underneath the cheese.
What do you do? You do
I do the cheese on top.
Okay.
I don't know why. That's just how I prefer it.
It's how you roll.
But yeah, so some people don't like it that way, so they put their toppings on top of their cheese. I like it the other way around. I don't know why, but I do.
All good. So Maria, I'm actually going to chop mine up into these are pretty big, so I'm going to chop them into little pieces. Just because I personally feel like I've never had this, so I don't know, but I feel like it might be just a little bit easier, maybe faster to cook and then easier to eat.
Yeah, and we said that, I think, at the beginning, that you're going to just chop up your ingredients a little bit. So
I was busy having fun.
Well, but you had like a big steak,
There were big giant slabs here.
So we've labeled these the steak bomb pizza and the cauli bomb, which I think is even funnier now that we're using the cauliflower crust, because it really is the cauli bomb.
I think at first we called it the cauli-Leanne. And then we renamed it, and it's, a little fun in the kitchen.
Because you're the bomb.
That's why
it's the cauli bomb. Cauli bomb.
I'm something.
Oh my gosh.
Chickpeas on there. Run away.
I may have to even steal some of your chickpeas.
No,
you could just go crazy and just kind of have, put whatever you want. This is your last way to use up whatever you have. So I would say put a little bit of whatever you want into your pizza.
I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to put some jalapeno shavings on mine.
I love that.
Actually, there was something we were going to maybe mention about jalapeno seeds, but we can save that for another episode if you'd like.
Sure. I don't remember what we were going to say.
About inflammation, actually. We're talking a little bit about pepper seeds and nightshades.
Oh, just about peppers in general. I guess, now is probably a good time we could
throw it in
mention
there
that
since we're cooking.
We chose peppers, and at the very beginning of our episode today, we talked about maybe you want to do something different. Like you love the concept of the meal, but maybe you don't eat nightshades. And that's a real big buzzword in diets today. And you hear it on the news, and you see a lot of celebrities, I don't eat nightshades and all this. And what a nightshade is it's like a pepper, a tomato, an eggplant, foods that have the seeds on the insides and have the darker skins. So people sometimes will say, it creates inflammation in the body. But the reality is, all of these fruits and vegetables are the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, which is one of the most anti-inflammatory diets in the world. So there's no science that backs that nightshade theory. However, we're all unique. Maybe they do bother you. So if they bother you, substitute everything out. Do something different, use different vegetables. But I love the flavor profiles of all of them, so I don't cut them out.
I'm a seed girl myself, so.
All right, is your pizza ready for the oven? Because mine is
so.
Ready. Okay.
It's just ready to go. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, I'm missing the peppers. I'm like, why does mine look so? because I'm busy talking again. You know, I used to get yelled at in school all the time. Just a big talker in class.
All right, Leanne, I'm going to leave the oven open for you for your
thank
pizza.
you.
And
Okay.
I'm going to get going on our dressing
Okay.
so that we can, because these pizzas will not take too long to cook. Just a couple minutes, probably about
towel.
7 minutes or so in the oven, 7 to 10 minutes depending. Every oven is different, so your oven may heat up faster or slower. So if
I'm
you
gonna
grab
try
the,
my best
if you
not-
grab
I-
the edges there,
I'm working
that
on
one
it.
it'll be. Oh, I'm sorry.
All good, my friends.
All right.
Okay.
So our dressing is super easy. Don't you hate when stuff does that? It just like there you go. You just kind of never know what's
Mine
going to happen.
overspray. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
okay.
what's going to go in here? Let's see.
So we are making our vinaigrette. So I just like it to have a nice little balance. So just a little maple syrup.
I love maple. And you could use honey if you wanted.
Yeah, we chose the maple syrup. Why, Leanne?
So I'm a vegan, but I'm not the vegan to this level, but I know I have some friends who are, and I know others are as well. So honey would be another sweetener that you might use. However, if you are a very staunch vegan, you know, you might not want to eat honey because it's a product of the bee. So some people, very, very rightly so, consider that inhumane. So they choose to not eat the honey.
Yeah.
So maple syrup is a great option. In exchange for that, you could do molasses, though a little bit heavier, agave or something along those lines as a sweetener. So
Yeah, even a little orange juice. You know, sometimes I'll omit this, like a sweetener like that, and I'll just opt for like a little orange juice or something.
tips, all about the tips.
Yeah, you know, and it's all about don't not make something because you say, I don't have honey, I don't have maple syrup. There's so many different substitutions. Just open up your cabinet and say, what else is sweet in here?
Or call us.
Or, okay, you're gonna get that call at like 10 o'clock at
That's
night.
fine. We do have
Okay.
social media, so you can find us on Instagram and Facebook, and of course on our website, thehealthycoacheskitchen.com.
Ooh,
You're welcome
look
to
at
ask
you.
any
You're
questions
such a
there.
good-
Sometimes I think outside of the box, right?
You
so
do,
you're welcome
you
to,
do.
you know, reach out to us and ask us some questions.
So, Liam, one of the things that I love about making vinaigrettes, I like them more on the acid side
Yeah.
and not really, I call it fat forward, not super fat forward. So I make mine with equal parts of vinegar to olive oil.
Yep.
For me, that's just what my flavor preference likes. So that's what our recipe calls for. If that is not your jam and you like yours a little bit more, a lot of people do a quarter vinegar, like a half to vinegar to the whole of olive oil.
Okay.
I'm terrible with explaining that.
No, it's good.
And that's it.
It's just to if you're not into measurements, just taste as you go. So we always
see
just
what
kind of
you
use the
like.
rule, cooking, you know, start with less, add more. So if you throw all of it in, you can't take it back, right? But if you do a little at a time, you can just keep adding. So don't go hog wild and throw it all in there at one time,
Right.
like I may have done at one point in my life.
All right, so that's it.
little
That's
at a
our
time.
vinaigrette. We just made it. So
So
save
that's
yourself the round
pretty.
trip to the store.
That just looks like something I just bought at the store, actually,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
right?
Ooh, and it smells delicious, and it wears nicely.
And if you wanted to, and you had some leftover chimichurri, you could add a little
Ooh.
bit to this. You
Fab
could chop
idea.
some parsley and add it. You could add some herbs. You could really do whatever you want. But this is just a super great basic vinaigrette. It would also make a really awesome marinade, so whatever you
Oh,
want.
perfect, yep.
And then we just, like I said, we have, you know, a quick little salad, and we're gonna serve it up plain. You could add some of your vegetables onto it. You could put some fresh other vegetables. You could do spinach, whatever really, again, you want. But the idea is to just have a little salad with that pizza.
Yep.
So let's see how our pizza's
Let's check
doing.
those
check on
curls
them.
out.
There.
Ooh.
Oh, I think we gotta rotate here. So Leanne, what
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
think about the meals this week? Do you feel like it's something that you could recreate?
Me personally, yes. So I am very basic in the kitchen. I am not very creative on my own. I am spectacular at following a recipe, so which we will provide,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
I know I'll go home with a copy, but we'll share the recipes for everyone. And I think for me, we were actually just having a conversation here a little short while ago about schedules. So I don't like to keep reiterating that everyone's busy because I feel like it just creates a little bit of chaos within us. However, you know, we are generally speaking a busy society. So I work full time. I also am a business owner outside of, you know, what we do here together. So I'm, you know, time is small. So, you know, we have friends, you have family, there's a lot going on. So one of the important things for me and as many people that I know, and it should be for all of us, would hope, is eating a healthy meal. That time doesn't always allow for that. So with this structure, yes, I think I could completely fit this in. And I like that there are only a couple of things to add each day. So you could create a shopping list once for the week, even go online.
And we'll have a shopping list for
We'll have
people.
a shopping list,
So you could easily, for the recipe, for, you know, the recipes that we do feed 4 to 6 people. It depends on the age of the people and how much you eat. But,
and we can freeze these options too, if need be. So,
and meal prep. For some people, if you're just a single person, this one meal is going to give you 12 meals. And it'll be 3 different kinds. So, you know, I don't want people to walk away feeling like, I don't have a family, this isn't for me.
Right.
It's really for anyone, especially if you're a single busy person, on the go, juggling many hats. Meal prep this. I mean, how fun would that be? And, you know, you could just have them all and throw them in the freezer, label them, and you're good to go. So.
I've even meal prepped. So I've gone so far as to meal prep my protein in the morning, my protein shake. I put everything together. So yeah, like perfect idea. You just buy your containers, line it up,
and you're good to go.
So I love it.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right, let's get our plates. I think our pizza's probably just about done.
Alrighty. One for me, one for you.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, get them, sister.
All right. Get them, sister. Liam, these look.
Oh boy. Should I take my phone out and start filming this? Because it looks amazing. Ooh, mine looks the best.
Okay.
Thank
that
you.
Looks really
Okay, so I'm already blown away that this is the same list of ingredients that we've done 2 other meals with already. This is a completely different meal. And it looks like a completely different meal. So I'm
all right, so steak
pretty
bomb
excited.
pizza and cauli bomb pizza. I have a pizza cutter for you.
Excellent.
And
okay, I'm gonna try not to touch the sides. If I touch the sides, I can then go rob a bank. Probably I'll have no fingerprints left. Don't touch the sides.
I know.
Okay, I always struggle with this on the edges.
I don't know how the pizza guys do it, where they like right out of the oven, they are like slicing it and doing
Maybe we'll
all
get one that
that.
writes in and tells us about it.
Oh, maybe, yeah. If you're a pizza guy or girl, let us know what the secret is to those hands. Because all my years of being a chef, I still can't like go crazy with hot heat. Even when I pulled sugar as a pastry chef, I used to have to put like 7 gloves on, you know,
my God.
to do it. Liam, that looks really good.
I already touched the side.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I burned off my knuckle. It's fine.
It's fingertips anyway.
It'll grow back.
Right, do you want a little salad to go with
Yes,
that?
please.
All right, let's get our greens.
I'm excited about the dressing.
I know. So I don't love to dress all my greens in advance, and especially if you're doing this with your family.
I'll just touch that.
Yeah. If you're doing this with your family, maybe somebody likes different kinds of dressings. So just put the greens out, let everyone dress their own. And one of my favorite things to do is take the dressed greens and actually put it on top of the pizza and eat it.
Really?
Yes. Oh.
Okay.
Have you ever had
with all that vinegar and flavor, I can see how that would.
So
I'll just eat my lettuce.
here, a little dressing.
So good, fresh.
Want a little dressing on yours?
Have a little. Thank you. Okie dokie.
Right. Do you want? Here's a little fork for you, my friend.
I have a spoon. You're so good to me. Thanks. I can't eat pizza with a spoon.
Bon appetit, Liam. Thanks for cooking with me today.
Thanks, Miss Maria. Ding.
And
Beautiful
cheers
dish.
to everybody at home. We hope that you enjoyed today and the dishes that we made. You can find all of our recipes on Healthy Coaches Kitchen.
TheHealthyCoachesKitchen.
TheHealthyCoachesKitchen.com. And we really just hope that you will get in the kitchen and get cooking.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Eat healthy, enjoy.
Cheers, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.